Alright guys, welcome back to Cut to the Chase. So today I'm going to do a full lap of Follow the Dog, which is like the red trail here at Birches Valley. Starts the same place as Perry's at the, well, really near the bike shop. This one's got a bit more climbing in than Perry's, which was the last video I did here. So when you see this symbol, that's fast forwarding, so you can if you want to watch the thing in full and the actual speed, you just change the speed in the bottom corner. Right, so this first section got that little tester there at the beginning, which I didn't actually do. A little Strava line. Right, these little rock drops, pretty straightforward. And a big berm. Quite bumpy, it's had a lot of skidding. And loose on the exits. Really to grab you. Back down some rocks. Right now into Stegosaurus. This is a section I don't actually often do. It's mainly rocks. It gets a bit more tricky around here, quite technical. So getting the easiest gear you've got, I recommend. Try and pick a route through. But that's the trickiest bit. There we go. Not so bad. There's that bit in the middle where you saw I lost all of the momentum. That's why being in the easiest gear really helps. This bit of trail is well ridden and really bedded in. Follow the Dog is like, it's the kind of original trail from Birches Valley. It's not exactly the same route as that original, but roughly say it follows the same basic path. I've resurfaced up here. It's like fire road. So with these top sections, you can kind of mix and match to some degree until you get to the big climb. I generally prefer doing Perry's until we get to Carjack, then dropping on Follow the Dog from there, but experiment and see what you like. So this next section is called Watch Out Trolls, I think. And it's got quite a long boardwalk section, which we'll get to in just a sec. I've never had a problem on it, to be honest. Some people really struggle with it because they expect it to be really slippy, or seems as if the boardwalk isn't there anymore, so that shows how long it's been since I came this way. Well, that's a shame, because that was quite a nice feature. Okay. Right, there's a pretty wide section, lots of routes. So in the winter when it's wet, this is proper slop fest. That's why it's so wide, people going around the big puddles. But in the summer, it's just like a motorway. reasonably tight, technical climb up here. And then we're into the bottom of the, what I'd say is probably the main climb on Follow the Dog, which is Cardiac Hill. It's only a fire road. It does drag on a bit and it's got this stony surface. It can drag on you, so I'll fast forward up here, see you at the top. Right, you got a chance for a little drink. Before you get the reward for all that hard work. It's high voltage. It's a really fun trail. There's no really dangerous features in it. Everything's rollable. It's a big left-hander. Looks loose, but if you manage to stay off the brakes, it can carry a lot of speed into this next section, which is kind of uphill, gently uphill. Likewise this one. Pull the brake a little bit there, it's loose. Then you've got these little humps, try and gap that, jump a little bit short, another one, made that one, and a bit deep into that one. You can really pump through a lot of these humps. As you can see, there's quite a lot of support over these three humps. You gather speed as you go. Because you've got a long bit now, it's pretty flat and pebbly. Tried to gap it, failed miserably. Big left-hander, stay left then, I say left, carve in there. So if you want to go to Monkey, just left here. Now into the climb. It's quite a nice climb. Oh my god, it's just started raining. That's a surprise. It's the hottest day of the year today. Rain was not forecast. But trails definitely need it. A little bit of a technical bit here. You can get hooked on if you're not careful. You come out of the woods into the open where it's absolutely chucking it down is actually normally a good place for a rest. So I've just waited out the rain a bit, the worst it was over, I think. That was a big surprise. It's be interesting to see what it's done to the trails, because they've been starved of any kind of moisture now for at least 2 weeks probably. They were getting a bit churned up and gravelly, and when it rains it tends to make the gravel like a bit more friction, so it's like feels grippier under the wheels. But where there's dust, because it hasn't been a lot of rain, it creates like a little crust on the top that looks solid, and then you find out quickly that it isn't. But these trails aren't generally that dusty, so I think the rain will have only helped. Only places where it's going to be a bit more treacherous is where there's these shiny fixed bits like that one. But even them, they're not that slippy. Right, into Bonhole. Another fun section. Really trust most of these turns. This one's a bit looser. We've got this line on the left to get high and round. The black option on the left there is those rocks. Do that in a future video. That's that. Into Billy Goat's Gruff. So this is a climb again, but there are some kind of technical elements to it. There's some steps basically that you got to get up. It's weird, it's dry as a bone in here. I guess the canopy is a bit thicker. So right, just had to stop them briefly. Had an insect in one of the vents in my helmet, and you immediately get paranoid it's a bloody Asian hornet ready to sting you in the head. Right, so this section is a bit rougher, there's some rocks and looseness. Again, if you're mountain biking a bit, then nothing too bad. But if you're in doubt about anything, just stop, have a little look at it before you commit. Swallowed a fly. Highline over the roots here. It's not always on because it's a bit slippery, but it's alright today. So it's a nice little bit here, a little downhill bit. and then into this gravelly climb. It's only short, but the gravel saps a lot of your energy. Right, into recently, well, feels like it was accidentally taking a Strava on. Recently fell, but it's got to be a year now. This is Evil Slab, that's at the end. Another cut over the roots there. And again, going to make it a bit more challenging. You go left here to do the Evil Slab, which is a black section. So you're just doing the reds today, but I'll do a video on the black sections in future. And then here you're at Marquis Drive, which is another place that you can start the loop from. Just here through those trees there is Marquis Drive. Just come down to the left hand end beyond the dog. So this bit's a bit boring, it's just a bit of like fire road, so I'll fast forward through this. So we've got to cross the road here, so you just have to keep your eyes peeled. Not great visibility. Actually, that's not true. You can see to the right really well. Just a crest on the left, and sometimes drivers come over it like they're in a rally special stage. So on the right here we've got a little, it's not really a skills area, but it's got some dips and bomb holes and things like that to play on if you want to. And then just coming into TACKAROO campsite. Great place to stay if you've got a camper van or you want to pitch a tent. It's easy to find on Google. The trail runs basically right through the middle. Quite busy today. Maybe there's an event on or something. It'll get quite busy when there's things going on, and this is also where a lot of the cross-country races are started from. So yeah, it's going to turn right here, but if you turn left and carry on up there, that leads you over to the Birches Valley side. And on that side you can see some of the videos of all the off-piste trails over there. So just have a look through and you can see Pepper Slade, you can see the Birches Valley one, there's still some others to come as well, and Seven Springs and Brockton. And now we're going to drop into another little downhill, just on the CHAINSLAPPER. So this one's quite quick. Can tip it in. Oh, that's a bit loose. Try not to overshoot. Yeah, there's not a lot of grip here today, so you can cut in there a little bit. So there's another Strava line. The main line gets polluted. Another Strava line up. quicker ways down here, just straight line everything. That's not the trail. Right, into Seven Dwarfs. Been a lot of felling going on around here. I know it's necessary, but it's such a shame in some of these great sections lose the trees. Oh, this one's been sanitised as well. There's a little drop on the inside there. I think this might be the first time in over a year that I've actually ridden the full dog. I mainly like crisscross it with some of the off-piste. Just dawned on me that quite a bit has changed really. Right, so into let loose, as the name implies. This is mainly downhill. Really at the end is where you get all the fun. Black section on the right there, which is the boardwalk. I'll do that another time for you. These are a bit tricky. Can't help but lose all the speed around here. So I'll do the red today, but there's a nice little black off the left here. I'll do next time. A bit tight. So the black has got a little rock drop. Just misses that out. Right, another little descent, and are we there yet? These are all pretty flowy turns, nothing else in it really, like little curb sized rock drops and that kind of thing. You need to hold your nerve through some of these turns. Almost a shroud. Through these, try not to touch the front brake because that can lead to having a little washout. I've got another little climb, a little transition bit, and then we're in the final. There's a little cut over the route there, and then got these little rock drop things. Actually the line I take, actually the quick line around here just to stay wide. and then come in tight behind that stump. But it's worth actually doing the dropper at least once as well. See what it's like. It actually feels offline to me as I come through there. These little pumps, they used to be better than this. You can see the final berms there. Pretty loose unless you go right around the top. Trying to do it. And that, ladies and gents, is about it. So I hope you enjoyed. Come back next time for the monkey trail. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like and subscribe. Catch you soon.